California was once the American dream. Sunshine, opportunity, and some of the most beautiful coastlines in the world. People came from everywhere to build their lives there. But something dramatic has changed. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, Los Angeles County recorded the largest population drop of any county in the entire United States between July 2024 and July 2025, losing approximately 54,000 residents in just 1 year. U-Haul's latest report confirms that California has had the greatest outmigration of any state for 6 years in a row. So, what is actually driving people away from one of the most beautiful places on Earth? In this video, I am going to break down the real, data-backed reasons why people are leaving California in record numbers in 2026, and exactly where they are all going. Welcome back to American Property Hub, your weekly guide to U.S. real estate news, market updates, and home buying insights. If you are new here, make sure to subscribe so you never miss our weekly videos. Now, let's get into the real story behind the California exodus of 2026. Reason number 1, and by far the biggest driver, is the crushing cost of housing. California has one of the most expensive housing markets in the entire United States. The median home price in California is well over $700,000, more than double the national average. In cities like San Francisco and Los Angeles, that number climbs even higher. A typical home in San Francisco costs well over $1 million. In many desirable LA neighborhoods, $1.2 million gets you a modest house, something that would buy you a 5,000 square foot estate with a pool in the Austin suburbs of Texas. Since 2015 alone, California has experienced net losses of almost 900,000 people who specifically cited housing costs as their primary reason for leaving, according to PPIC research published in January 2026. That is nearly 1 million people driven out of the state by housing prices alone. A University of California, Berkeley study found that Californians who left between 2016 and 2025 saw their monthly housing costs drop by an average of $672 per month after moving. Renters who left saw their rents fall by approximately 30%, around $631 less per month. And after 7 years in their new state, former Californians were 48% more likely to own a home than if they had stayed. The math is simply undeniable. Leaving California dramatically improves your financial situation for most people. Reason number 2, taxes. California has the highest state income tax rate in the entire United States, 13.3% at the top bracket. For a household earning $200,000 per year, moving to a no-income tax state like Texas, Florida, or Nevada saves approximately $15,000 to $20,000 every single year. That is money that goes directly back into your pocket. Money that could be used for a mortgage, retirement savings, or simply a better quality of life. And in 2026, it has gotten even worse. A new California wealth tax that kicked in this year has pushed some of the state's wealthiest residents and their businesses to relocate. Even billionaires and major corporations are restructuring their taxable entities to exit California's tax environment. According to the Hoover Institution at Stanford University, businesses are leaving California due to a combination of taxes, regulations, litigation costs, labor costs, and energy costs. Store chains like Nordstrom and Whole Foods have cited safety concerns as additional reasons for scaling back their California presence. When businesses leave, jobs follow, and when jobs leave, people follow. Reason number 3, crime and public safety concerns. In recent years, multiple major retailers and businesses have cited public safety and crime as direct reasons for closing or downsizing their California operations. San Francisco's downtown has seen significant retail exodus, with well-known national chains pulling out of the city entirely. The January 2025 Los Angeles wildfires, one of the most destructive in California history, accelerated the exodus further. Entire neighborhoods were destroyed. Insurance companies are pulling out of high-risk California areas, and home insurance in California has become extraordinarily expensive, and in many areas simply unavailable through private insurers. According to a Columbia University professor quoted by Newsweek in 2026, cost of living is high, taxes are high, there is increasing political polarization, and potentially also increasing climate hazards, such as the wildfires in Los Angeles last January. All of these factors compound on top of each other, making California feel like an increasingly difficult place to build a stable life. So, where exactly are Californians going? The data from the U.S. Census Bureau and U-Haul is very clear. Texas is the #1 destination, by a wide margin. According to 2024 Census Bureau data, over 77,000 people who had lived in California 1 year prior were now living in Texas. The combination of zero state income tax, a booming job market, and dramatically lower housing costs makes Texas the obvious choice for most California exits. Nevada is #2, with 53,000 former Californians now calling it home. Nevada has no state income tax, is physically close to California, and cities like Las Vegas and Henderson offer dramatically lower housing costs than Los Angeles or the Bay Area. Arizona comes in third with over 52,000 Californians relocating there. The Phoenix metro area in particular has been transformed by California migration, with Scottsdale, Chandler, and Gilbert becoming popular landing spots for California families seeking more space and lower costs. Washington state attracted nearly 44,000 Californians. Florida drew over 36,000, and Oregon and New York also saw significant California migration. The pattern is clear. People are leaving for states that either have no income tax, dramatically lower housing costs, or both. Reason number 5, and one that is less talked about but very real, is political polarization. Research from the Public Policy Institute of California consistently shows that those moving out of California are significantly more likely to be Republican or conservative, while those moving in tend to lean more Democratic. This is creating a reinforcing cycle. As conservatives leave for states like Texas, Arizona, and Florida, those states become more Republican. Meanwhile, California becomes progressively more Democratic. According to PPIC research published in 2026, this partisan sorting is strong enough that it is reshaping the political geography of multiple states simultaneously. The result is that California is expected to lose 4 congressional seats after the 2030 census, a massive reduction in political representation that reflects the scale of the ongoing population decline. This is a state that was once the epicenter of American population growth, now losing political representation for the first time in its modern history. So, there you have it, the real reasons people are leaving California in 2026. Housing costs that are double the national average, the highest state income tax in America, now made worse by a new 2026 wealth tax, crime and safety concerns, climate risks from wildfires making insurance nearly impossible, and political polarization driving a partisan sorting across states. California still has extraordinary advantages: world-class universities, unmatched tech industry concentration, and genuinely beautiful weather. But for the average American family trying to buy a home, build savings, and create financial security, California's math simply does not work anymore. The exodus is not slowing down. In fact, in 2026, it is accelerating. In our next video, we are going to look at the $300,000 budget challenge. Exactly where in America you can buy a home right now for $300,000 or less, and what you actually get for that money in each city. That one is coming up next. If this video helped you understand the California exodus better, please hit like and subscribe to American Property Hub for weekly U.S. real estate updates. Drop a comment below. Are you thinking about leaving California? Or have you already made the move? I read every single comment. See you in the next one.